Okay, script heads, welcome back to Off Script.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Taylor, and we're talking episode 3, Grenade.
And what a title, because this is where the whole conflict just flips.
Okay, so the episode kicks off with that flashback.
Yeah, the one to the ice hotel in Norway. And this scene just perfectly sets Carol's baseline.
Oh, absolutely. And her baseline is, let's say, furiously miserable. She's complaining about the ice bed, how much it all costs.
Right.
And then the Aurora Borealis shows up, and she just dismisses it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you have Helen, her partner.
And Helen is just soaking it all in. She's radiant. She is the one exception.
Right.
And that's so critical because it frames the whole fight. The hive didn't just take humanity.
No, it took the one person Carol would actually soften up for. This isn't abstract for her, it's vendetta.
It's personal. So back in the present, her first move is to try and find an ally.
Exactly. Manousos in Paraguay. He's immune, and Carol needs his help.
Right.
But it fails spectacularly.
So he assumes Carol is just more of the same. He's paranoid, angry.
He curses her out and hangs up. It's a total dead end.
But then Carol does something the hive would never do. She doesn't just let it go.
No. She calls him back for the specific purpose of telling him what he can do with his mother.
It's so beautifully human and petty.
But that's the tell. That moment of just pure, unfiltered rage is the only thing that could ever prove to Manousos that she isn't part of the hive.
Right.
So what looked like a total failure is actually maybe the start of their alliance.
All because she was too human to just be polite. Nice.
Yeah. And that leads her to the next test, which is all about her trying to reclaim some small bit of, normal life.
Trip to the grocery store.
And that visual of the sprouts is just,
Yeah.
It's so chilling. It's not looted. It's not a mess.
No, it's just empty.
Perfectly efficiently empty. All the resources have been centralized for the good of the collective.
So she calls the hive and makes this completely arbitrary demand.
Yeah, she says, restock it by Friday.
Yep.
And the result is horrifying. Trucks show up almost immediately, dozens of infected workers.
And they restock the entire store in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
With military precision.
And they're smiling the whole time, just joyful in their compliance.
So she's at her breaking point, watching the Golden Girls of all things, and the power goes out. For efficiency, of course. And she just snaps.
Utterly sarcastically. She says the only thing that would make her happy is a hand grenade.
A dark joke. But the hive has no framework for that, no sarcasm, no emotional intelligence.
It just hears a request. So the grenade arrives. Zosia shows up at her door holding a live hand grenade.
Right.
So it senses she's probably joking, but its prime directive is absolute compliance. It can't risk not complying with what might be a real ask.
You can't tell the difference between a joke and a threat. And as Carol is trying to process this, Zosia makes a real mistake. She tries to be comforting, and she brings up the ice hotel. She mentions Helen.
The one thing Carol explicitly forbade them from ever doing.
And that just pushes Carol over the edge. She's in denial, reeling, and she reaches for the grenade, convinced it has to be a fake.
She pulls the pin, and in that split second, Zosia acts. She grabs the grenade from Carol's hand, throws it out the window, and shields Carol with her own body.
And she gets badly hurt.
That's self-sacrifice. That's the crack in the whole system.
Right.
It's the first real sign of a conflict in the programming, a choice. Maybe even the beginning of autonomy within Zosia's consciousness.
And that realization is Carol's real weapon. While she's waiting at the hospital, she questions an infected DHL driver about what happened.
She asks him, why? Why would you give me a real grenade?
Right. The hive operates on fulfillment. If Carol asks for it, she gets it.
And she tests it right there. Would you give me another one?
Yes.
A bazooka.
Yes.
A tank.
Yes.
And that leads to the atomic moment. This is the climax of the whole psychological war.
She asks the ultimate question. What about an atomic bomb?
It's chilling. The most important micro-expression of the entire story happens right here. The DHL driver balks.
He hesitates.
Right. The hive knows a nuclear bomb is a catastrophic, world-endingly bad idea, even to its own extinction.
The entire power dynamic has just completely inverted. It's Carol's weapon.
She has the cheat code now.
So we know the hive will say yes to an atomic bomb, even though it knows it's a terrible idea. And that leaves us with a really important question for you to think about. What is its true limit?
Is there a request that would actually break the programming?
Right.
Force them to say no?
Is it something emotional they can't possibly provide, like bring Helen back?
Or is it something paradoxical that violates their own logic, like tell me a lie?
Or do you have to push it to the absolute final conclusion, destroy yourselves?
Think about that internal conflict. What command, what line of logic would finally force the hive to choose its own survival over its prime directive to comply? That boundary, whatever it is, that's the future of this world. Thanks for digging into this with us.
We'll see you next time on Off Script.